Williams because he was guilty of his third personal foul in the early part of the ball game, and things just was so different. With a point to be an easy basket for Theo because his import was able to draw two defenders to him, and he was actually open for a shot from the top of the key. Should be an easy basket for Theo because his import was able to draw two defenders to him, and he was actually open for a shot from the top of the key, giving the opposing team an opportunity to run the break and get the rhythm. This is where you need to get your import going. Steals also so that you can run on the other end, but this is not going to help because Brown is simply in his usual element.
That's just too simple coming from Barangay Ginebra. It has to take better defensive effort coming from them to get back into this ball game.
Don't wait for Barangay Ginebra's defense to set up.
Got pass connects with Tyler. Oh, but that is just a big-time rejection from Japet Aguilar. That's the big question now for Phoenix Super LPG. Aguilar skies for that block. 13 seconds remaining in the shot clock for the Troy Rosario coming into this matchup to replace Brownlee. Meanwhile, Scotty Thompson issues the pass. Japet, jumper, good.
Yes, if you make it, it's a home run shot. But if you don't, you're not helping your team.
Hand off from the elbow. What a pass coming from Scotty Thompson.
Could be Williams inside the paint. But another turnover. It's not going to help their cause, Carlo.
RJ Barrientos pushing, stops, uncorks from deep. That's a swing for RJ Barrientos.
They simply can do what they want to do.
From defense to offense quickly. From a steal to a three. This three-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
It is badly needed in tonight's ball game against Barangay Ginebra. Especially if you're down by 25. Somebody really has to take on the scoring.
Oh boy,
this is simply impossible.
See how heavily bandaged up his offhand is. Meanwhile, this is a four coming from RJ Barrientos. And this is a 32-point lead.
Just make sure that you are not really down by a huge deficit. 32 points.
Counter four-point shot won't work. Coming from Ebanelli. Meanwhile, Richie Rivero wins the rebound. One more chance for them to score. He will get the end one. He is unstoppable going downhill.
Now it's down to 30.
To the dugout of Justin Brownlee to score. Three-point shot is gone at the buzzer for Stephen Holt. They will play tomorrow. Magnolia versus Meralco the first game, and then NLEX versus TNT the second game. Meanwhile, Scotty Thompson, 54. It's a huge advantage for Barangay Ginebra. Last shot won't go. For the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters, they were only allowed to score 4 months in the opening quarter.
The middle quarter is really the domain of Barangay Ginebra. Good start with that three-pointer by Santos here in the fourth quarter. They're still down by 33 points.
33 points down after.
Usually he will just shoot from the outside, so that speaks volumes on the lack of defensive effort by the Fuel Masters entering the quarterfinals. But they just were outmatched by the performance of Justin Brownlee and Barangay Ginebra. In the middle quarters, they had to do middle of the tournament, changing imports midstream. And look at our qualifiers here in the top four as we take a look at that basket. Brownlee hurt his hamstring, and the prayers up, of course, for Justin Brownlee. Hope everything is okay.
Before officially booking their spot in the Final Four. Three-point shot is left wide open, and Ralphco will deliver. Stretch just not turning out well for the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. It could have been way different for them if they manage to have a stronger finish in the top four. But imagine those last 4 games, Coach. Converge, TNT, Macau, SMB. If they beat Converge and then they did upset TNT, then you have some momentum heading into that game against Macau. Which
issues or problems that you don't want to experience midstream. But whatever the situation is, of course, still say that it is a successful conference for the Fuel Masters. If you take into consideration where they were in the previous conferences, I mean, making it to the top 8.
With a timeout as we take another look at this last play. Again, Barangay Ginebra breaking this game wide open in the second quarter. They have not looked back ever since. This time out is brought to you by Soler Online. Play the game your way on Soler Online Sportsbook. For TNT, they tried to do it with Ronde Hollis Jefferson. The repetition, the familiarity, it's something that you really cannot rush. But with the 35-point lead, well, there's no need for any further questions. Everyone just wanting Raymond Aguilar to score a bucket versus Barangay Ginebra. That could be a very explosive matchup in a best-of-7. Coach Yang versus Coach Tim. My goodness. They only scored 15 after giving up 34 to Barangay Ginebra. There was no going back from that halftime deficit for Phoenix Super LPG.
That is one thing that the coaching staff will definitely consider for the next conference.
Of course, Perkins, who is in situation. What kind of import do they look for? Do you look for that dominant post-up presence just to help all the locals get some space?
Well, the sad part about them is they...
Barangay Ginebra here in the quarterfinals. And you saw how focused Justin Brownlee was at the start of this ball game. You saw how ready he was. As Barangay Ginebra now looks forward to a matchup against the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Those will be the first two teams to qualify for your PBA 50th Season Commissioner's Cup. Rain or Shine won a tough game earlier against the San Miguel Beermen, but now Barangay Ginebra San Miguel defeating Phoenix 112 to 81. That will be the final score. Ginebra under the leadership of Justin.